Yes, Car Beautiful, you're not going to believe what's been sold pre-weekend. Yes, it's Saturday today. I'm getting this video uploaded early for you, or late, whichever way you want to look at it. That's right. But hey, we got some lovely items going out just to keep that lovely algorithm going strong. So as you're aware, I've been listing a little bit of new stock recently, just to make sure I get them 10 in per day. As the doctor says, you know, what's it, 5 a day? But in eBay, you want to get that 10 a day in, guys. Yes, that's right. So I've been listing constantly, literally, ending items, ending soonest, then re-uploading them, change the title round, adjust the price a little bit, add a bit more on the promoted listings just to get rid of old stock, you know. Whereas before I was going 2%, then after it's gone through the system for 30 days, I'll then knock it up to 5%. And now what I'm doing is, if it's been there for literally 2 months, I'm now using that promoted listing for 10% just to get shot of the item. However, saying that, I'm incorporating that 10% into the buy it now price. So for example, if I'm listing something for £29.99, let's say £30, yes, 10% of that is going to be £3. So what I'll do, I'll maybe go £31.99 or £32, so it's all cushy, so we're not actually losing out. You know, it's all about selling products to the consumer at the right price point where they think they're getting a bargain, which they generally are, because it's going to be obviously a lot lower than elsewhere. Right, I'm blabbering on. So today is Saturday morning. Sun is just about to shine out there, or the clouds of rain are going to come down. Which is it going to be? What's your plans for this forthcoming weekend? We are getting closer and closer to them beautiful car boot sales, guys. Get in. Can't wait to get out on said fields of life. Have certainly missed those. Right, so without further ado, let me tell you and share with you what's going out. So a last minute order. Oops, I want to cover the label on that one. Is this one here. It's a hand puppet. It's vintage. It's by A.T. and Harper. It's a vintage dog puppet. Yep, I've had it listed for quite a while, to be fair. Customer only came in yesterday on Vinted and said, can I get it there by Tuesday? Really? I'm not the courier. I'm only the... But yeah, you know, that was what, at 10 o'clock last night they asked for said recommendation. They said, oh, can I pay you extra? I says, at the end of the day, you've got to choose your own courier when you get to the Vinted checkout. So they said, oh, but if you send me your bank details. I'm not going to do that, guys. As much as I hope this will get there before Tuesday, you know, it's just not too far from where we are in Greater London. However, if I was to then send this, if the customer then said, give me your bank details so you can have it special delivery, right? There's no actual way of me then adding extra insurance and bits and pieces like that on the Vinted app. But Vinted customer service at the best of times, as you know from the previous guys. Well, yeah, that's another story, isn't it? That's another video just waiting there. So from my experience in Vinted, just do things by the book. Yeah, it could be a genuine customer. You know, they said they needed it for a birthday present. They've been looking for said item for a long, long time. You know, it's not a high-end item at the end of the day. However, you know, stick with the rules and the regulations that are in there. Yes, I could then say to Vinted, this is the tracking number for this if I sent it next day delivery via Royal Mail. But on Vinted, you're not going to be covered. So anyway, without further ado, I bought this for £2 and I've sold that for £20. Cover yourself, guys. Cover yourself, yeah? Don't get caught out. I'm not saying they are a scammer, but you know, you've really, really got to be cautious in this day and age. Right, another item. Brilliant. Yes, I think I only showed you guys the other day these pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans. That's right. I cut off that. You can see a little bit of the yellow label there, can't you? So I literally bought these in Cheeky Tiki in about December time. Brand new with tags. £6, guys. You know, brand new with tags. No rips, no tears, no frays. Did check that, because on the yellow sticker sale, guys, you need to be a bit cautious, because sometimes they're final reduced for a reason. While I'm talking about the yellow sticker sale, guys, Nia said Watford Hospital is a retail park, right? It's neither here nor there, but just for your clarification. So the yellow sticker final clearance sale started in, was it about the 3rd week of December, right? The 3rd week of December. And I've been in there on Watford literally every day. So literally every couple of days I'll jump into said retail park to see what the situation is on these particular products, right? they haven't fluctuated or they haven't reduced the prices like they used to. Before, it was literally a case of yellow sticker sale goes out, a couple of days later, another sticker goes on that sticker, another sticker goes on that sticker, you get the drift, right? However, this hasn't been the case recently. Anyway, £6 paid for these beautiful Tommy Hilfiger jeans. Yes, a larger size, 44 waist, guys, 44 waist. However, I've managed to flip that. That's right, for a grand total of 60 beautiful pounds. Get in, beautiful, it's true. So let's have a look what else we've got going on. An item here that I literally paid £2 for. Yes, some caps can do very well. It's a Tommy Hilfiger, believe it or not, yeah? I've had it absolutely ages. Yeah, I kid you not. It's a cap. It's a woman's cap. How much did it flip for? £5. Get it in, get it out, get it gone, you know. Not that it took up a lot of shelf space, but anyway, not the biggest of flips. Yes, another cheeky tiki. We've done really well so far. Again, around about Christmas time, I bought this William Hunt. Be careful how you pronounce that, John. It's a lovely shawl-collared, dark grey come black William Hunt Savile Row cardigan. Size is good for large. The ticket price, they reckon, would it be? 175, they reckon, is the retail price on those, but hey ho. It's a lovely, heavy knit, 100% cotton. It's quality, it's by Savile Row, yeah? It had everything kind of working in its favour. The turnarounds for these aren't as quick as we'd like to anticipate. However, I did manage to flip that. Oh, I bought it for £22 on the yellow sticker sale, yeah? And I flipped that for 58. So yeah, beautiful at the end of the day, you know. I've had it listed a month and a bit. Or just over a month, something like that. So yeah, happy days, you know what I mean? Next item going out is this lovely item which was picked up in Hemel Hempstead. I'm going off camera, so apologise. Excuse me. So you remember we was in Hemel Hempstead and we was having a look in Salvation Army. That's right, lovely. I need to get down to Hemel again. They've got some beautiful shops up there that have got some lovely designer outfits and things like that. You know, we've done really well in them sort of vicinities, you know. So if you're in the neck of the woods, I know a couple of my subscribers do reside out that way. How you doing? Hope you're finding them bargains before me, because obviously I can't get down there due to the time constraints of the things that are going on in the background. But we're not going to go there because it's not about that, is it? You know what I mean, guys? So this item here was a CD changer. Yep. So you literally pull this across and out come a 6-drawer CD disc sort of thing. You load them up. You load your CDs. They still command good money. Now, initially it was £20 was the ticket price, but when I went in there, well, it was £20. Then I went in there about a month later and it said 50% off that particular rail. You see me pick it up. It's in the previous videos, guys, yeah? So it worked out at £10. Happy days, yeah? It's got manuals in there. It's got the main head unit in there, etc., and cables and brackets and all those beautiful things. So I managed to flip that £10 into 47, yeah? I did have it listed a little bit more. However, at the end of the day, I was quite happy with the return on that, you know, get it in, get it gone, get it out. And I literally only listed it, it sold within 3 days, guys. Alpine, very, very strong brand when it came to Alpine, Kenwood, companies like that, bolos. Yep, absolutely. Remote link. Now, I would have picked this up in Harrow Weald. I can't remember what it does. It's an anti-interference or something, you know. It was in that electrical shop in Harrow Weald. So it stops the interference from satellite signals and things like that. That's about the crux of it, you know. A 6-way remote link. There you go. Distribution, amplifier. That's all there is to it, sort of thing, you know. It looked unused, but I still... it looked unused, however, I listed it as used anyway. I think I had it listed up for about £55. Someone's coming in at £33. 33, mate. All right, geezer. Do apologise to my lovely subscribers out there. £33 was offered. I took it. I've had this item now 7 months circa. Of course, I'm going to take £33 for it, you know. And the last item is a rucksack. With my rucksack on my back. It is the Vango, the Django, hey. So, it is the 60 plus, Exodus 60 plus 20. Now, after doing a bit more research, there is meant to be another bag that goes across here, which can be used as like a side backpack sort of thing, you know. However, this one obviously didn't. It was in a charity shop. £10 paid. Don't forget that, guys, yeah? But it's a wheeled case. That's what's pretty much going to sell it, yeah? It's a wheeled case, £10 paid. You pull it along. You can put it on your back because it's got the straps in there as well. So, yeah, happy days, right? What did we flip that for? I hear you ask. Well, we was right in our predictions, guys. If it did have the other accessory, I could have been looking at £65 a bolo. However, someone came in at £40 and I was like, get in. Yes, please. So, yeah, that's what I've got going out at the moment. I spent a grand total of 57. That's right, a bullseye plus 7 in the darts. 180. And that's going to return a lovely, lovely end to the week, guys, you know, of £263. So considering we're in the almost last week of January now, we have done really well this month, considering people who have paid up on their credit cards where they've been overspending for Christmas and things like that. You know, January is, like I say, dry January or something like that. That also applies to the financial sector. You know, people haven't got the budget that they once had because literally, don't forget you had Christmas, literally, wow, not that long ago. You could say last year, but literally it feels like yesterday. Have you still got your Christmas trees up? If you have. But all good, kushti. Guys, so we managed to flip that £57 into a grand total of, like I said, 263. Get in. So I'll reiterate again, what a beautiful word. Going back for January, we've done really, really well considering the financial market and the cost of living crisis and all those things around us in this economy we live. Right, so I'm not going to end the video there because yesterday I went to a couple of charity shops. That's right. I started in Old Ruislip, and there's 2 charity shops there. I'm not going to show you both of them and bore you because literally only one shop had, I only picked up 2 items from 2 different towns yesterday. One item I managed to pick up were these beautiful, beautiful trainers here. Yep, the ticket price, as you'll see on there, £7 beautiful pounds. I've done all the checks, and guess what? They're a pair of Yeezys. They are the version 2, and I put all the beautiful things up screen there. £7. I'm potentially looking at 60 to 70, maybe a little bit more for these. I've done all the checks. The QR code in there matches up. The stitching is what it should be. There's nothing untowards about these beautiful trainers. Yes, a little bit of yellowing on said sole, but they go like that. If you look at the listings, yes, happy days. And the other item, I moved on to Eastcote. There was 3 charity shops in Eastcote. And I'm not going to bore you with that either because what's the point? It's literally a case of, I found this beautiful item here, which is a Beyond Borg. Now, this is a bolo and a half. If you can find the Beyond Borg here with said feeler, that's right, F-I-L-A vintage feeler, you're looking at some serious dough, guys. Absolutely, some serious, serious money. I cannot find another one like this that's been sold. So the rarity item in this case is beautiful. Look at that, it's got a lovely Beyond Borg hit there. Beyond Borg was literally a very famous tennis star back in the day. And this particular one is called the, if I look at the ticket here, it's Beyond Borg and it's the SP jacket in Tarse or something. No, Nastase. Yeah, Nastase. You might be able to, camera might be able to pick that up. Now that refers to a tennis match he once had with said tennis superstar. Listen, some of these can go through the rocket, you know. Like I said, the feeler ones are £60 and that sort of era. I'm going to go in a little bit higher due to the scarcity of this, you know. Vintage items, guys. You're not going to find many of these out on the field. You know, you're going to have some collectors out there for both sportswear and also you know, Beyond Borg, sportswear, vintage items. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys. I paid £5 for that. And again, like I said, I'm going to go in £70. You might think that's crazy, but don't forget, guys, we can always come down in price. You know, if someone come in with an offer of 50, I'm going to go, yeah, take it. Do you know what I mean? But if I start in at 50, then obviously they're going to come in and try and lowball me, and yeah, but still, £5, it's worth more than £5, right? So yeah, done a couple of charity shops yesterday, only picked up 2 items, spent the grand total of 5 and 7 is 12. However, that should return 8, 9, 10, 11, 140, guys. So the bargains are certainly out there. You can spend a little. Yes, you can. What's the expression? Spend a little, make a lot. That's a new expression. Hey ho, diddly ho, it is what it is, not what it's not, never going to be what it's never going to be. I'm going to wrap this video up about now, but you guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget, do us all a favour, guys. A simple little favour is just hit that subscribe button. Yeah? It'll boost the channel. If you really want to go one step further, I think there's a hype button somewhere in the video, in the comments. Scroll, when you go to type a comment, you can swipe it left or swipe it right. I don't know, it sounds more like a dating app, but on the YouTube. And again, that'll push the algorithm for us to grow. So as a community, we are the unity and community. We can grow together, guys. We can share that knowledge in life that we're gaining day by day. Again, there's certain brands that I wouldn't have given a second look at 9, 10, 11 months ago. But, you know, thanks to you guys, you know, I'm looking out for these products now. And if you know, you're in the shop, and in the charity shops, for example, or at the car boot, you go, why does that name ring a bell? Why? Car Beautiful. I'm sure he mentioned something, yeah? Then you'll go onto your eBay app on your phone when you're out on the field of life, and you'll type in, wow, they sell for how much? And get the adrenaline pumping in that heart, because there's no better feeling than when you're in a charity shop and you find that hidden bolo. Nothing can actually come close to that unless you do a naked bungee jump off a 200-foot bridge. Okay, let's not go that far, hey. But you get my drift, guys, you know? It's all cushy. Have yourself a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for your understanding, and for those that have sent their prayers and their wishes regarding the close family member, thank you so much. It does mean a lot. You know, each day is a day closer to bringing happiness to the ones that deserve it in this life. Don't forget, stay strong, stay beautiful. You are inside and out. Don't forget that mountain of life is there for us to be challenged so we can overcome all obstacles in our way. Right, blabbering on another tangent. I do apologise. Guys, have yourself a lovely, lovely weekend. You truly deserve it, and you know it. Yep, I'll be bringing another couple of videos up during the course of the week just for you, yeah? Thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and catch you later.